evening and welcome to KMTV. I'm Josie Hannett, your top stories tonight. Tribute for teen killed by train, Sheppey crossing limit increased, and Louisa meets the beast. But first this evening, a school has paid tribute to a Kent teenager who died after being hit by a train. Queen Elizabeth's Grammar School pupil Joe Pickhaver was killed after being struck close to a footbridge in Whitstable on Saturday night. Head teacher David Anderson said the 14-year-old was a gentle, kind and caring person who was a popular, conscientious and capable student. Mr Anderson said pupils at the Faversham school had been spoken to about the tragedy. Police say the death isn't being treated as suspicious and a file is being prepared for the coroner. It's been announced today the Sheppey crossing speed limit will rise back up to 70 miles per hour following a safety review by Highways England. A 50 miles per hour limit's been in place for almost 18 months, but that's all set to change. Sheppey crossing speed limit set to change once again, as Highways England deems 70 miles per hour safe. The speed limit was brought down to 50 miles per hour more than a year ago after the inquest of Debbie Roberts and her son Marshall, who died in a crash on the bridge. Highways England have carried out their safety review and they've said that this bridge is designed to have a 70 miles per hour speed limit. Now, what they have said is things need to change. They're going to add things like cameras. They're going to improve the road markings and also have a fog detection system, and this is all to make sure the bridge is safer for us drivers. 3 years ago, the crossing had one of the biggest mass collisions the country's ever seen. 30 people were hospitalised after 130 vehicles crashed in heavy fog. Though the lowest speed limit of 50 miles per hour was welcomed with open arms by campaigners, the stats didn't reflect well on drivers. 34% of vehicles exceeded the speed limit in the northbound direction. 27% of vehicles also went faster southbound. And the accident rate has increased since the 50 mile per hour limit was introduced.
They tell us that the bridge has been perfectly well designed for the speed that they're suggesting at 70 miles an hour. So I think if we move the speed limit back up, and many cars are already doing 70 miles an hour and creating hazards because you've got other motorists that are sticking to the 50 mile an hour limit. So you have this differential at the moment, which I think is very dangerous.
The agency hopes by giving drivers a warning of the conditions on the bridge, they'll change the way they tackle the road, in that way making it safer. They hope the new measures will be in place by the spring, so there'll be a lower risk of serious accidents in the future. Josie Hannett in Sheppey for KMTV. Fewer people claimed unemployment benefits in Kent last month, but overall the jobs picture in the county remained relatively unchanged according to stats released today. 18,270 were claiming jobless benefits in the county in November. That's a fall of 130 on the month before. Across the country as a whole, the UK jobless rate stayed at 4.8%, an 11-year low for the 3 months to October. And finally, the world's largest inflatable obstacle course will be coming to Kent next year for its UK premiere. Betshanger Country Park will be the first place in the UK to host the Beast in May. We sent Louisa Britton to try it out.
Meet the Beast, the world's largest inflatable obstacle course. This impressive structure may not be for the faint-hearted, but it's perfect for anyone looking for their next challenge. This huge circuit takes the average person 12 minutes to complete, and it's easy to see why.
I've just had my first go on the Beast, and I have to say it certainly lives up to its name, as I'm pretty tired after my first go. We finished it in about 16 minutes, which is pretty slow compared to the record, which is currently at 3 minutes to complete the whole circuit. But people in Kent can get really excited because this obstacle course, the largest inflatable one in the world, is going to be coming to the county next year.
The Betshanger Country Park will be the first place in the UK to host the Beast from the 26th to the 29th of May.
Next year is a huge year for Betshanger. We are opening some great new facilities on the site, including an £8 million new visitor centre. We are over the moon that the Beast is coming to us next year. We'll be the first UK destination to have the Beast before it goes to London for the summer. It's a real family day, teams or families and friends, just everybody that's looking for a good day out, and particularly for us slightly older people to unleash the kid in them and get them bouncing again. It started a few years ago because we feel the attention of doing something with inflatables and mainly with obstacle courses. We know that the mixture in between inflatables and kids, that's always nice, but now we've discovered that inflatables versus adults is even bigger. And that's why we said, okay, we have to make a big obstacle course where we can just extend and extend. So we started with 9 meters and now we're up to 272 meters. And we'll double the thing in 2017. And our final target is over 1 kilometer of inflatable obstacle course.
Tickets will be going on sale in January, so don't miss your chance to conquer the Beast. Louisa Britton, KMTV.
Well, that's it from us this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow with the latest stories from across Kent. In the meantime, though, don't forget you can always keep up to date by listening to KMFM or logging on to kentonline.co.uk. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good evening. Good night.